have my friends in the car.
Hey guys.
We're all
I'm Dave. That's Jeremy, my videographer.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. We're ready. We're a little.
Alright, cool. That's just right down the road.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Really?
I just did a hunt here like a month and a half ago. I'm the only one to ever get to hunt this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Cool. We're looking forward to it.
so you guys want to actually invest? Yep. There it is. Let's set this stuff right here. I mean, usually when I go, we get something that just will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, or if you're looking for a scare, this is the place to come and do it.
Okay, great. That's why Cobbleston's right on the door. No. Okay, and now what do you get out of it? I mean, obviously you've been doing this so long.
The reason I do this is because I had an experience when I was 15 that had to do with my grandfather. He's an old World War II vet, sick for ever since I was a kid that I could remember, smoked, and everything, and had like a quarter of one lung left. Well, I was at my dad's house, which is 20 miles away from his house, and I had a dream about him. I woke up and he was standing there like you and me are talking right now at my dad's. I'm like, what are you doing here, And did like a double take and he was gone. So, of course, the next day I'm worried about him, so I call up there, and my uncle from out of town answers and I said, what are you doing there? And he said, no one called you yet, Dave? And I said, no, why? He goes, Grandpa died last night. So, to me, it was like he was coming to say goodbye to me. Well, I never told anyone about the dream. 6 months later, I was at my grandma's, and my mom and my brother and everybody was there. And I just came out and told them about the dream, and their faces kind of went funny, and they said they all had the same dream too. So I knew there was something to it then, and ever since then I've been pursuing it in one aspect or the other. And I also do UFO stuff and crypto. Anything paranormal I like to do. So.
Okay, cool. You guys have anything else to maybe add?
Why don't you tell us about this place right here?
This place I first came to in September. I heard about it through some friends of mine that I investigated up the road who I can't say for privacy issues. They called Betty, and I asked if they could call her and talk to her and see if it was okay if I came down here. And they called her and said, she said, yeah, come on down. So we talked with her and had a good old time talking with her and everything, and she showed us around, and I asked if we could come investigate it, and we set it up, and we came down and had a really great time, and we got some stuff here. So.
Cool. Now, when you say you got some stuff,
we got stuff that I told you earlier. We look for intelligent responses to our questions. I might say if there's any spirits here that wish to communicate, can you make a knock or a bang? We got that upon request. With some of the other devices we use, we got intelligent answers to our questions that were pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
The old Sulphur Springs
Resort.
Resort.
Okay.
Not now, but.
Okay. I want to use that.
1820, this was built in 1820.
Sulphur Springs, the old Sulphur Springs Resort.
There we go. Okay.
I want to be correct for that.
Could you give us a little history about it?
As far as I know, it was built in 1820. It served the wealthy from the Carolinas. They came up here for the mineral baths and the spring. It also had numerous people stay here. Van Buren stayed here. A lot of the soldiers during the Civil War stayed here. I also heard from an outside source friend of mine that right up the road there were 70,000 troops stationed around here during the Civil War. So this whole general area has a lot of history to it.
I think that's it. Yeah. What are some things that you say if anybody's here knocked me and they knock? Like, tell me a little bit about what happened in September.
Okay, we came down here. We started in here. Didn't get much in this general area, but I started hearing noises over there in the foyer by the stairwell. So I set up a flashlight, one of our flashlights in there, and another device. And I said, if there's any spirits in here, can you turn the flashlight on? Bam, flashlight came on. So we went in there and did I stayed in there for about an hour and a half. When I say intelligent responses, when I ask something to turn the flashlight on and off and it does it, that's an intelligent response. So I got that numerous times. I got on a spirit box session, which is a spirit box is a radio. Okay, it's a little transistor radio that's modified to scan through hundreds of channels a second, creating a white noise that the theory is spirits can use that noise to talk with us. And it really works. I mean, it's awesome. So I was using the spirit box in there, and I got a woman to answer me. I asked if she was a lady of the night. She said yes, and some other things. I don't want to go into too much because I can show them to you. I have it all on video, but got a bunch of stuff right there. So after that, we stayed there about an hour and a half, went over to the guest house. We went upstairs, and immediately she said something just touched my hair, like something pulled her hair. And so we were like, okay, so when we come back, we're going to hit this area pretty hard. So I set up a static cam, just a camera that films. We're not doing anything. I set that up first while we were over here. When I reviewed the tape on that, there was numerous footsteps in there, bangs, booms, and what have you, and no one was in there. I mean, just the camera. And when we first walked in there, there was a big, a big candle on the mantle that's up in the bedroom, and a flower for decoration was on the floor. When I asked Betty about it, she said no one had been up there, so it was like laying in the middle of the floor. So something had knocked it over. We don't know what, but so we went into our session, started doing the spirit box, and I have what they call a REM pod. And what a REM pod is, it's an electromagnetic device that puts off its own field, and if you break that field, it sets off audible alarms like beeping and lights. Immediately the REM pods start going off. You have to physically touch this thing. There's nothing touching it, and it's going off. Also, the flashlight came on and off. So into the spirit box setting, I started talking to the little boy. We think his name's Adam, and I'll tell you about why we think his name's Adam in a minute. But I asked him, does he go to school? He says, no, I don't. I said, do you know if you're alive? He said, no, I'm dead. And I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 5. And then the girl that was in my group, she said, I think your name's Adam. Is your name Adam? And out of nowhere, a woman's voice came on there and said, Adam, like it was a mom looking for her child. It was crazy. So that's just some of the stuff that happened in that, in a short sense.
Rebecca's like, okay. No, I think that's really interesting because I've never had any of this. I mean, obviously, I don't know. Now, have you ever had anyone, like, obviously you brushed her hair. That's not hurting her or anything. Have you ever had anything like that?
Hurt me?
Yeah.
I've been scratched. Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened here.
Yeah, I figured. Well, and that's what we were discussing in the car before we came here. Is like, it's an old Civil War, and like 5 years old, a lot of disease, a lot of sickness,
Right.
and stuff like that. So kids didn't always.
Yeah, and it was built in 1820, so you
Yeah.
can imagine.
Exactly.
And people came here to heal themselves,
Exactly.
So, on other hunts, I have been scratched. I have had my hair pulled.
Probably like the Sims or whatever
No.
I wanted to go to that, and I was like, I'm good.
But it probably, I imagine, takes a certain person to be able to connect with them, I guess. Or will he only talk to you and not like?
Well, that's true in a sense. Sometimes they respond to females better than they do me. I mean, honestly, or another person, not necessarily a female or a man, but it just depends. I mean, I seem to have good luck with it. I feel that I was meant to do this for some reason. Like I said, I'm retired now. This is what I do full time. I love it. I mean, I love
It's
it.
really cool.
And you can ask my cousin. I got in. He's a video guy, and I got him into this, and he's real skeptical, and I was skeptical. He's real skeptical, and I've taken him to some stuff that just blew his mind. And he's
Where
in.
were the scary scratchers at?
Well, the haunted barn, I got scratched for the first time. I was going to take. I was going to take you guys there instead, but I thought this was a much cooler location for this. So I got scratched. I had my hair pulled there, and that place was off the hook.
But
Waverly Hills was really bad too. San in Louisville, Kentucky. My other cousin that co-founded this group with me. I'm doing this now by myself, but he is with the group too when he can be because he works full time. He was attacked at Waverly Pre. Something physically stopped him from going up the stairs a couple of different times. It's like he said, I was walking, I hit a brick wall, and I felt sick. I threw up there. Something like hit me in the stomach or something. That's happened a couple of times on the hunt. I stayed.
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, Pennsylvania. I just did something that's never been done in the paranormal world before. I stayed in a haunted house for 3 weeks straight. Lived in it. We did a live investigation on YouTube every night at 9 for 3 weeks straight, and it was. I got attacked there, and so did the other people. Majorly scratched. I didn't get scratched, but the other guy got scratched all to pieces.
And when you got scratched, did you have visible?
Yeah, when I got scratched, I had 3 scratches right here on my forearm. I got pictures of it and everything. I can show it to you. And I didn't even notice it. The owner of the haunted barn said, "Dude, what happened to your arm?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And I looked, I was like, "Oh, I got scratched."
That's crazy. See, I don't think I'd like that. But I think this, just older, and I'm sure a lot of historical places have a lot. I'm sure. I mean, you scratch there too, but that's really cool. My chickens are.
You guys got any more questions?
No, I think that's it. I think it's really cool. I didn't know what to expect because obviously I've seen some stuff before, but I was like, all right.
Like they said, I'm truly a skeptic, but when we were at Waverly Hills, they were playing with a ball in the atrium where the children would come out and play and get fresh air that have tuberculosis, and they were rolling the ball back and forth and trying to trying to get some kind of response, and the ball came right over towards the camera by itself.
At least it was at least this far away.
Yeah,
They
were rolling back and forth like this.
That way and went all around him.
And he just came over and rolled around, actually underneath the tripod, and there was no wind.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. But do you ever get scared?
At the one I was just at, I got unnerved pretty bad where I had to leave the house because they left me there by myself for 4 hours, and it sounded like the house came alive, like it was pounding on the walls, people running up and down the stairs, and I had to say, all right, I had enough. After about 45 minutes, I walked outside and went in my truck for a little while.
I think I would do the same.
And it sounded like something was running around all the windows, pecking on the window. It was freaky, and I ran outside with my gun because I carried one.
Yeah.
Because I thought somebody found out where we kept it totally secret because we didn't want people messing with the investigation. And I said, "Oh, somebody's found out where we're at." So I ran outside. I searched the whole area, nothing.
Right. Now, do you find, or maybe Betty, you can weigh in. Do you ever hear anything or anything like that?
Yes and no. Probably not have heard too much. I've heard some things that nobody else hears, so I keep, I'd say, you all don't hear this, and they don't hear it. Now, I'm not one of these, I have had people that have come in here, and as soon as they hit the door, they feel this da-da-da goes on and on. And my mother was one who had experienced several, on different occasions. And I never questioned her too much about it. Now I wished I had, and gone on. But she had some pretty good stories with hers. She would see, a couple of times she would see a soldier, in uniform. And it was always in her room that the soldier would sit a couple of times. And then she would see a little girl, and she would describe her to me, who was always dressed in white and real fancy clothes and a big white bow in her hair. But she never, and she said she was always smiling. She never heard them say anything. But one time she told me, well, she was a little bit upset. There were two women in her room, and they came over and sat on her bed, and they were having a conversation, and she was telling them to get out of her room, and they could not hear her, but she could talk, she could hear them, but they couldn't hear her, or they ignored her. She didn't know. And she said they were ladies of the night. And I said, what do you mean ladies of the night? She said, you know what I mean. And I said, how do you know? She said, by what they were saying. And she says, and I tell them, get out of my room, get out of my room. And she said, they just keep on talking and sitting on my bed.
Now, one interesting addition to that is when I first met her, her brother was here from North Carolina, and we sat outside and talked, and he told me that he saw upstairs, he saw a full-bodied apparition of a Civil War ghost in full dress uniform, So he told me about that.
That's it, he never told me that.
Yeah, he told me that. Yeah.
But now his wife will tell me that she knows, she feels all these things, but I don't. But my mother always said, well, there was another lady here too that was next door who, what are these people, mediums?
Yeah, medium,
Okay.
psychic.
And so, so she said that a black servant or slave came to her and says, don't worry, he says there's no evil spirits.
I'm pretty sure I talked to him last time I was here too.
And then, maybe, and then what was, my mother always said, no, there won't be any evil spirits here because you're so mean, they're afraid to come around.
You aren't mean. You're one of the nicest people I
Well,
ever
that's what I think. I figured there wasn't. That's the only thing that makes me hesitant. Is I don't know.
So do you find that, because it sounds like some people will have these experiences and others won't, is it just like
I think
almost another sense?
I
certain
think
people
it's
have?
how open-minded you are, and
Yeah.
as long as I've been doing this, what I've noticed is if you have an open mind and the spirits know you're open to them, they will come to you more than a closed-minded person.
Some people just immediately know.
Yeah, and some people have a heightened sense of that. They really do.
There is I can't remember the magazine, but there's a magazine in Roanoke that's published, and they sent somebody over here to get a story, and he got one, but he, just immediately he knew all of this, what was going on over here, and so about 2 years later, he came back through here and brought his mom and dad. He wanted them to walk through here, and because he was so, I don't guess impressed, but whatever. He knew that they were here, but just different people had, just immediately say they know and they feel this and they feel that. So, but
I think everybody has that in them,
Yeah.
but some people don't open themselves up to it as much as others. And the Indian, not Native American, but Indian people call it the third eye, and it's a part of your brain, that is open to the psychic part of yourself and the openness. So, like you said, some people know how they're more in touch with that part of themselves than others. So. And some people just refuse that BS and this and that. And I used to be the same way.
Yeah.
But, I know I saw my grandpa. I mean, as clear as me and you sat here, I saw him. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's not supposed to be here at my dad's house. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning, what would he be doing here? He's sick, But what was interesting about that is, he had one of those traits with the, he didn't have none of that. In the dream, when I had the dream and woke up and he was standing there, he didn't have anything. He carried one of them oxygen tanks, didn't he, Jared? He didn't have none of that. And he looked like he was really healthy. And, I didn't think about that at first. And then later on, I was like, what? He didn't even have his oxygen tank. And when I woke up and he was standing there, nothing. So that was really weird. And our whole lives, we grew up with him carrying that oxygen tank around, because he had that for years, where he smoked and he had emphysema from the war and everything else. And so that's why I do what I do.
That's very interesting.
you're too young to know, but there was a minister, I think he's from Oak Hill, who was Reverend Shirley Donnelly, and he also wrote for the Beckley paper besides preaching, and he had written, and I have it somewhere, an article somewhere, there was a 3-story hotel on the hill up here with stone, and it fell down, started coming down in 1940. And, but they had 3 porches, and the people around here would see, after, years later, after everybody had left, that they would see a light going up and down the porches. And it would go up and down, and so, but anyway, he had this article, on that. And we moved up on the hill. Well, the building had already fallen down halfway, and then we pulled the rest of it down. And I lived right beside of it. And so when we had just first moved here, then we had 219s right here. So my husband's people had a place in Bluefield, and so we'd take off and go over there. Well, the first time, that happened twice. The first time we came home, and I was coming down the highway, and my son and my husband and I said, "Oh, you all left every light on in that house. You didn't cut one light off." They said, "Well, we don't know. It was daylight when we left. We didn't cut any lights on, didn't leave any lights on." I said, "Well, okay, look over there. There they are. Every one of them's on in that house." I was mad, So then when we drove up to the house, there were no lights. And so that happened twice for us. And it did. I mean, they were there, and then they weren't there.
I think I can deal with stuff like that, like the lights being on and off, and stuff being in a different place. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we were talking, I forgot to tell you, right under the staircase over here, when I came down to investigate, I know for a fact the light under the stairs was not on, and we came down here and it was on, and Betty was up in her room, and we didn't turn any
I
lights
don't
on.
see it coming. I thought,
She
you
says
do
it happens all
what
the
you
time.
want to do. I'm
Yeah.
going to get up in a little while, but
Yeah.
I did.
And it was great because she just gave us free roam of the place, And I was like, wait a minute, I know for a fact there was no lights on it, and she says it happens all the time, lights go on and off here.
Yeah, they do that.
So that's pretty
I
awesome.
don't know if it's my wiring or what.
I highly doubt that. I've
But
seen,
tell them what I said about the steps though, and I didn't pay
Yeah.
attention to you, what you were talking about
Yeah,
after you left.
she said in the old days, like, you know, if they had servant, you know, African-American servants, they would make them sleep under, or they slept under the staircase.
One, it
One,
would
just
be a
one,
boy,
like
it
a
would be
boy.
a child, it
Yeah.
would be a,
Like a child servant or whatever. And then you made it into a bathroom, right? Like-
well, yeah, we had to make a bathroom and a closet, and the steps are gone, you know.
And they're
There's
like
still
a-
a space under there, but not large.
Yeah.
But that's where that they would have a boy sleep.
Yeah, so if they needed whatever, they could rent him and he'd go up there and empty their bedpans or whatever they needed, probably, I guess, or bring them food.
I don't know what their job was, but
That's what they did.
they would stay under there.
Pretty cool. All right.
So you guys want to go next door to the guest house and do a little session?
I will go. You guys don't have to.
It's not that,
I can do it.
you'll be okay.
I'm gonna say Rebecca.
Well, what does it involve?
Well, we'll go up there and I'll just get the spirit box out and we'll do a little session. So you all can film a little session if you want.
Yeah.
Just a short 5-10 minute deal or something.
Yeah.
Just so you can
But
get
then that
so
way
you can
also
get an
they can
idea.
see the equipment that you
Right, you can
talked
see
about.
some of the
He
equipment.
can show you, get shots of the room pod and the spirit box.
Yeah.
Just keep a close mind.
It's nice. 'Cause
Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, it's a nice bedroom type deal, you know, upstairs where we did it last time. And I got all those really cool responses. And there's some chairs we can sit
Okay.
in. So.
I was like, what are you doing?
Like, don't, like, if there's a camera or something like that, they won't do anything.
No, well, I've been doing a couple little things.
Yeah, my daughter got married and she lived here a while, and then she left me, and then my son got married and he lived over here for a while. He left me.
I recorded that. Of course you did. You always did the greatest shot of my face.
Not great. If I fall backwards,
Well, I did last time, like this. See if we can get some backway and we'll turn that one off.
Are you gonna be like sitting or standing?
I'll stand right here. I'll stand right here,
Okay.
wherever y'all want me to.
Prop it up a little bit.
Actually, I could stand over there if you want me to.
Oh no, we can move. I just wanted to see how tall you wanted us. Thanks, guys. You can make it look.
I told them to come. I always tell people to come with me and have fun, and they're like, "You go. I'll do this." I'm like, "Okay." I said they make me seem like a wild and crazy one. Because for one tank trip, I always do. Like I'm gonna go to Oregon Cave in a couple weeks, I think. Do some caving.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
never
the
done it.
commercial.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've never
okay.
done it. So, oh god, no! Are you talking about a rodeo, right? Oh man, I'd die. I'm so klutzy. I've done a lot though. I've done gone up in a biplane.
Oh,
done
that's
some
awesome.
Rappelling.
Did you go up with Wild Blue Adventures?
I did, yeah. I like him. He's cool. He's doing
Did
some
we
flips
get
and stuff.
another light on by possible? Or?
I got a full spectrum light. Does
Or
that help?
just
But it's
that
blue.
little lamp.
Do you guys want to use our light or is that too bright?
That's fine.
Let me show you guys. This is the room pod. That's what I was telling you about. Okay. All right, what it does is it makes its own electromagnetic field. If you break it, see, anything that breaks that field sets that off. If you touch it,
Yeah.
sets off even more lights. So it's great for ghost hunting because if you got a camera on that and you're way over here and it starts going off, something's messing with it. Okay, so you can see,
Yeah.
so that's one thing I like to use. Okay, you can turn off now.
Somebody's under that bed.
Maybe. It is. Look, I'm serious. Look at that.
From the section.
Alright, looks like we're going to have a cool little session here. Let me get my other one out and see.
Hold on so you can, okay?
Alright, can you stop touching that now, please?
Would you look on that bed and see what
Is that?
Nothing under there. Let's try this. Let's move it out.
Sorry.
Something's on the bed. Yeah. Alright. Try it again. 2 lights going off now.
What's that mean?
That means something's touching it. This block, see? See? That's freaking nuts, man.
Do you feel anything?
I don't know, I haven't got started yet. I mean,
Oh, okay. I don't know.
alright. Touch it. This is another one that I use. This has a REM pod function just like that off of this little antenna.
How's that by working for you?
That's nice. There's duct tape,
Can
there
we,
was, right here if you wanted to try and take it off and maneuver it. I don't have an elastic or anything. You need a light person.
So if I stand here and hold it, it's okay, or do I need to?
Oh, that's fine.
I just took a hit right there, did you see that?
Let's do it.
It's been waiting. I told him I'd come back and talk to him, so. we'll see what- Adam, if you're here, can you touch that for me again? What is going on with this little sucker? Change the batteries in this one.
It was in
Um,
the stage,
So how?
Just to let you guys know, it's rare for that thing to go off like that.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah. Like I said, you saw how it works. Something has to physically touch it to go off, so that's pretty cool.
Do you mind if I ask, like, how much that costs?
That there is $300.
How?
This one here. What this one does is it's a static electricity detector, and the theory behind that is if when a ghost manifests, that it builds up a static electricity charge, and if this goes off, you'll see it light up in red wherever the static electricity buildup is. So it looks a lot cooler.
Okay.
See it lit up. See, it's lighting up right now, and it got a hit on the REM pod. Usually it goes right off, so. Dude, that's crazy. See? And that's lighting up too, did you see that?
Yeah.
That was lighting up. Something is on that bed, guys, I'm telling you, look. That's insane. Alright, let's just do the spirit box real quick. Jeez, dude, that's solid, man. That's crazy.
Right?
If there's any spirits in here, tell us your name on that box right there. Use that energy from the box and tell us something. Let us know you're here. Quit playing with the pretty lights. Crazy, man. He was over there. I see that time when I set it down, they get it right off. Something. Yeah, it's back on. But I just showed you something different. I mean, that's a legitimate hit of some sort. Tell us your name, Adam. Are you here? I told you I'd come back and talk to you. Remember? Adam, if that's you, can you touch this device and light it up again right now, please? Thank you. Just one time when I ask you. That's too much. If you're Adam, make it go solid green. You got to try to ask different questions to do a call response. Huh? Yeah, it may not be. Adam, if you're not Adam, I want you to touch that right here and turn that solid green for me, please. Are you the man I talked to last time? Touch it and let me know. See, last time the spirit box was going crazy. I mean, it was calling crazy. It's not doing much to it. And sometimes you might not get anything for 30 minutes and then you go.
Right.
If you're still in here with us, can you set the green lights off again? Touch it. Sometimes it can go that fast and be over. Sometimes it goes up long and you turn it on.
That was Adam, right?
It sounded like a little boy. Adam, if that's you on the box, can you tell us how old you are? You need to scream it loud. Jeremy, what did you hear?
Faint like
You
it's
got it a little high.
it's faint, but it's really high pitched.
I need you to tell me something. I'm not going to be here very long. Any spirit in here that's still here with us, please touch this device and set the lights off again. What's crazy is that went off and that went off. Yeah, and that never went off last time I was here. No. I'd like to speak to the woman I talked to last time. Are you here with us? What's your name? Usually it's a lot clearer and louder. Turn it up a little bit. Talking to the man I talked to last time. What's your name? Turn the box off, there's nothing to talk on it. You can do it. I know you've done it before. If you can't use the box, come over here and touch this again. Do that. Want me to leave, tell me so on the box. All right, you got about 2 minutes. Sometimes you can try different, like AM, FM, and you get different stuff.
I swore I heard like a high pitch talk. Though.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
It was a little boy sounding.
What kind of blew my mind was Nadine was just like, oh, I heard that!
Well, that's nothing. You gotta see the footage I got of this place. So,
Like I said, I was real skeptic when I first got involved with this with Dave, and one of the things that really changed my mind was the flashlight sessions. Where they would have a flashlight, just like a little mag light, and ask yes or no questions. If yes, turn the light on. If no, turn it back off.
We could try a flashlight session.
I mean, to see a flashlight, no one around it or anything, go per question asked. That I was like, okay. And I tore their flashlights apart.
Yeah.
I was like, but you all got something in there, turn that thing on and off. But
if you're still here with us, come over here and touch this again. Sometimes it might.
I heard that again.
Basically what that does is it scans hundreds of radio channels a second. But on AM it's much quieter, as you can see. So you don't get as good responses on there, but what is that? Fly. So you can see that there's no way I was manipulating
Yeah.
the device. And
No,
now
That's
now
not
it's
just the
doing
radio?
anything. No, it's scanning too fast. Watch, I'll show you. You can look at it.
No, I believe it.
No, I want y'all to see, because there's skeptics out there. You can see how fast it's scanning through all them radio channels. See,
Oh, yeah.
there's no way.
Oh, it
Now
is.
every once in a while you get a little bleed over, but what you look for is you ask a question and you get a response to it. You know, and they can't. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, it's got the scan.
Okay, because you can't say certain words on television. You know what I'm saying? Like when it cusses you out.
Oh, yeah, we were like, what are you talking, oh, are you
yeah,
kidding?
no.
Tells you to get
Oh, gotcha, oh.
stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It happens all the time.
Oh,
And they can't say that on the radio either. You know.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we know this one.
Yeah, no, we know there's
We have live microphones all the time, it's quite a scary thing.
Now, if a spirit told you to get the F out, per se, do you run or do you stay?
No, I go towards it.
Yeah, well, what do you want to listen to?
Rebecca's going out the window. Just warning you.
I don't want to
okay.
make any spirits.
That's what you
angry.
want in this endeavor, is to invoke them in a certain sense, to let you have a response that they are here. And sometimes I don't know if it's good or bad, but someone waving a hand to me.
I was like, oh, it's going off.
I'll show you how it works.
So why is it sending that?
It's going on. It'll go off.
Yeah, I feel
Something just stopped touching my hand. Something touched my hand. I don't know if it was a static charge, but this wasn't making me.
Your mom should be so proud of you.
I need you to talk to us on the box right now. Good. It's on the side of the box too. It's over there for the stuff. Are you? I know it's that little boy. I'm telling you, he's coming. I'm gonna turn it off. Talk to us on the box. Just reset it and make sure that everything's good. There it goes again. That's crazy. Can you see that on the camera? The light's too bright. I've only had that device go off 2 other times. Anyway, that's a solid hit on that device. What that's doing is picking up a static electricity charge off of something. Like I said before, you use that no transfer. Makes it from a static electricity charge. They're not using the box tonight, so I don't know what's going on. Let's slow it down. Try to slow it down. Slow it down just a little bit. Sometimes that'll help. Tell us something if you hear. You know how to use that. You've used it before.
You feel something?
When it takes too long, I come through my hair or a pinch. Now the other woman that was with me on my team was sitting there last time we were here. She said it felt like something sat down on her lap and her legs got all warm. Kim Baker. She knows your son. Yeah, she knows your son. Well, like I said, sometimes when you use the box, you might get something, you might not. You might say for 20, 30, 40 minutes, not do anything, and all of a sudden it goes crazy. It's just random, you know.
And what is it, like, are they speaking, like, what comes over that?
You'll hear talking, I mean, like, but we don't look for just random talking. You want to look for, you ask you the question and get a direct response.
Yes,
That's
no,
what you look
my
for,
name's
yes.
Adam.
I say, tell me your name's Adam, yes or no? Yes, or no, or Adam. How old are you? You know, you want to ask different varying questions, like who's the president, what year is it? Just stuff that you
Do they know what year it is?
I've never had an answer what year it is this year, or this particular year. I've had them answer other years that maybe they died in or whatever. They're very different.
Were those considered incorrect responses then?
Well,
Or just nothing?
to a spirit, I mean, if he died in 1954 and it says it's 1954, I mean,
No, I mean,
it's
what
interesting.
we heard, were those
That's
considered?
indirect, that's indirect.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't clear for one, and so we couldn't really understand what it was saying. But, you know, like I said, you want to look for a direct response to his death and direct answer. But really, only thing we've got so far is several devices in it, which is pretty cool. Because that, for those two to go off that much is very rare. So, that's the basic little session. That's one little thing we did. I'm kind of disappointed when you get nothing on the spirit box in here, because last time it went crazy. And I got all the footage if you guys want to see it. I mean, sometime. It's nuts.
I would like to look at it sometime, that'd be cool.
I'll be posting it on my
Okay.
YouTube
I'll have to
before
look at
too
it.
long. I'm just editing all the video right now and cutting it down small.
We know how that goes.
Yeah, well, that's really cool.
Takes time.
If anyone's still here, light up the pretty lights for us one more time. We're gonna go bye-bye.
Do you think maybe if I ask a question?
Ask them, try.
All right. Will you light up the box for us, Adam? I was hoping my womanly voice. Come on.
Well, thank you for letting us.
I just got a weird feeling in my ear. It was really weird.
Rebecca's like, thanks, buddy. Go ahead, Rebecca. You try.
Another way we do things too, we'll come up in a room like this or wherever, and we'll just sit there and be totally quiet. And I'll use a digital recorder, and I'll ask pro questions. And those are the most compelling to me when I get an answer out of thin air, because I've got tons of them. My camera's audio has caught answers, you know, and I'm the only one in the room. I'll come up in a room by myself like this, pitch black, you can't see anything, and I'll just sit here and ask questions. And when I play back my recorder, I got intelligent responses to my questions. So it goes
That you couldn't hear, but
yeah, I
it was
couldn't
like a
hear
higher.
Right.
So you said, have you heard anything?
It's on a higher
No.
frequency than we can
You
hear.
said that, or
Yeah.
your mother heard stuff, but you didn't.
And
That's what it was. Yeah.
I also have heard them. I've heard stuff with my own ears that I've got on record, like growls, hisses. Get out. The worst one that I ever had was at Moundsville at the prison.
Yeah.
We were up in the psych ward, and something told us literally get out at least 7 times, and get the F out, get out. And big loud bang stuff was getting thrown. It sounded like someone was throwing rocks at us in there and saying get out, and it was crazy. I've got all that on tape too.
Yes, yeah.
Are there any scary movies that are accurate?
It's like a horror movie on Hollywood horror movie.
Well, I've never seen Paranormal Activity, but is that pretty much farce?
I mean,
I'm not gonna see.
everything has
I'm
a
not
little bit of truth into it, you know what I mean? But Hollywood's always going to blow
Yeah,
it up
I
because
mean,
they got to make money.
Are there any movies that just offend you because it's so inaccurate as far as ghosts are concerned?
I don't get offended on that stuff because, when people are telling their story, like if it's based off of, like just take The Conjuring, for example, is one example, or Paranormal Activity. If people say stuff happened to them, nobody knows for sure, only them, the people that were there and witnessed it. So the house I was just at, the claims were, one claim was the guy's daughter who was like 7, and the staircase was
Just got a battery drain from 100% down to 40.
Did you? That's another sign something's draining. See, it's building power. They will drain your camera batteries and all your batteries on anything and build their power up and then go off the chain. So.
Somebody just texted me boo. I'm like, that's not even funny.
And, but the staircase is really big like she has in her house. And the guy said his daughter tripped and he saw this happen and she was falling in midair and then she just like levitated down like something
Like, how
carried her and put her down.
that's
It
really
happened
cool.
2 times. So, you know, only those people know that for sure because they were the only ones there.
So because his camera battery just drained, does that mean that something is in that vicinity?
I kept feeling.
Does your battery ever do that, Jeremy?
Waverly?
Only on
Only
these
at
honks,
Waverly.
right?
Yeah.
And we've noticed that. I've had it done to me for years. Spirits will drain your batteries for power.
And this one's actually a brand new battery, so it's a month old.
So, are you in here draining batteries so you can talk with us? If so, come over here and touch this again, just like this. That's what I want you to do. Touch it one more time, or we're gonna leave. Build
Give
up.
us a show for Rebecca.
No, stop. I think they've had enough.
Well, I don't want to make them mad.
No, you don't look at that.
So what this
We're not
does,
saying
this is an EM pump. This will charge an area with electromagnetic field so they can draw energy off of it.
Okay.
It's a pump, like it builds up the energy in a room. I'll show you. Well, if my millimeter was working, I could show you. Like you can put it right there and you can tell it's working because it'll go, set that thing off like crazy.
The only other thing that I've witnessed is this camera right here is completely manual camera, and you all know about cameras. This camera's pulled focus by itself.
Oh, why?
The camera pulled
He's
focus.
never been
Yeah.
able to explain that one yet. So, basically, that's a small piece of it in a nutshell. So
Well, we appreciate it.
that's
Thank
one
you.
of the things we do. There's numerous other things we try. You know.
I mean, I really, like, I don't know, like, I can almost, like, feel it, though. Like, with my, I mean, it's cold, but it's...
You can definitely put it this way: from in this room to over there, you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
In that.
Oh,
that room.
absolutely. It's almost like you're, like, not like weightless, you know what I mean? But it's like that heavy, just...
It's a different atmosphere altogether.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
this is what we found on the floor last time we came. That and that was laying out here in the middle of the floor, which was really weird, huh, Betty?
Yeah, well, yeah. And I forgot you said it, and I came over here and I thought, yeah.
We put it back up there, but
Well,
the candle
the
was all
candle
broke
was
over.
broken.
Yeah, it was all broke
So
over.
I picked up the candle.
Cool.
So,
That's really cool.
but that's what we do basically. And then, like I said, if you have to be on a whole night hunt with us to see all
Yeah.
the stuff we do. But,
Hey, if you do one in, like, Fayette County sometime, I'll go with you.
well, actually, there's a place over there that was just on a ghost show. That's called When Ghosts Attack. There's a house that's for rent, and it's very supposed to be demonic haunting there.
Well, I will not be joining you for
And
that
I'm
one.
gonna go do that one probably. Yeah.
Right. Which house is it?
I don't know. I gotta look it up again.
I don't want to know where it is.
Well, somebody actually died in it. They say from the ghost. So I mean that's pretty.
Okay, I'm not going there.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I do too. So I want to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind doing, like, the flashlights. Like, that would be cool. I think I'm a believer. Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm a believer. But I don't know. It's cool.
Oh,
See, I told you, I'm a believer.
building up the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you gotta see, I'm way over here. There's no manipulating that.
Yeah.
Adam, is that you? Make it go solid green. Or the little boy, if we got your name wrong, I'm sorry. Touch it, make it go solid.
So the air can't just make it
No,
go?
No, you can blow air on that thing all day long, it's not gonna do nothing to it. Alright, stop playing with it. Answer a question for me. It likes it.
Must be
But you see,
safe
it didn't go. It didn't get off. It didn't go off for that whole time. You know. All right, stop it. Turn it off. It's got to be that little boy.
Please?
See, he could be getting a. he can hear stuff that we can't hear too, because he's got a really high-powered microphone.
It actually almost sounds like Morse code, but
It
it's
does.
broken.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't know.
Not that I know Morse code.
I remember some of it.
It's a little bit too fast for
It's
Morse
that,
code.
yeah. Well, there's it's going solid green.
There ain't no way that yellow light just went off. Adam, if that's you, touch my hand. Who touched me a minute ago? Daggone, man. Knock it over.
The first telegraph in the state was here from Sulphur.
Ooh, man, you get really dizzy over here. Man, that's going on. That's going crazy. It's lighting up the yellow light too. Can you stop doing it for a minute and answer a question for me? Holy crap, something's physically touching that thing when that yellow light goes off. Like it's actually touching it. Like, see? That's what you have to do to set the yellow one off. Knock it over. See? I mean, something's touching that thing. See, the green one will go off just if you break the field,
Yeah.
but the yellow one, something has
Like you
to
have
be
to
touching it.
Wait on it.
All right, can you make all the lights go off then, please? You're doing pretty good right now.
I'll hold on to it. Okay.
You're gonna have to take that thing to my mother's bedroom. That's where she, all of
The one upstairs you showed me? The one where the
Did
ladies
you
of the
turn
night?
that off? Because that was on before.
Yes.
I cut it off,
Okay.
so I wouldn't forget it.
That's nuts right there, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What'd you hear, Dan? All right, we know you can light it up. Do something else. Knock it over.
Have you ever seen it knocked over?
That's what it did, Jeremy. It ran out of juice, went over and drained your battery and started playing with that again.
Yeah, because it's held at 40% now.
Yeah, my cell phone stayed too.
Come on now, quit it.
It was.
I'm trying to get an intelligent session going with it, and it won't let me. It's just... We know you're here.
Good time, Adam.
We know you're here. Stop playing with it until I ask you to. You want me to turn it off? That's crazy, man. It's solid. Now, see, last time I was here, I got one little ping on that thing. That was it.
The whole time?
The whole time. Hey! I'll fix you. How you like that? Can you make a knock or a bang, please? If you make a knock or a bang for me, I'll turn it back on so you can play with it. Can you answer this? No.
I think.
I'm not going to turn it back on. Let me try one more thing. See, this is cool if you can get a response like this too. All right, how many fingers am I holding up? Touch that device and set it off this many times. Oh,
That's so
that's
cool.
freaking awesome. Thank you. I've never had that before.
No, sorry. I just
Are you getting paranoid?
That's what it is.
You never know. If they know you're scared, you just, you know.
You just what?
Now it's going back to yellow. All right, can you try it again? Look, look, look. Stop.
Please.
Stop. I'm going to turn it off again. No, I don't want me to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. All right. If you can't cooperate, I'm going to turn it off, okay? You did good last time, but I want you to do one more thing. I'm going to turn it back on, and I want you to touch it as many fingers as I'm holding up again. See if we can get it to do it again. Right? No. That's crazy, man. I've never had that thing do that.
Really
All right, set off the yellow one this time with how many fingers I'm holding up. Where'd that bed come from, Betty? You know?
Yes, one of my ancestors made it.
Oh, really?
Uncle, great uncle, great.
There you go.
uncle.
You lost your privilege on that for a minute.
That's
Did anybody die in it?
not that I know of.
Just wondering if you knew.
I mean, it's, that was in my house when I was little, so. My daddy always said his great uncle Ad made it or something.
Let's try. All right. Now it's off the bed. Can you come off the bed over here and touch it? And last time I didn't have that on the bed. I had it on that dresser over there.
It must be the bed that's really.
Maybe. Come over here and touch it. You can do it. That's weird though. I mean, there's no EMF coming off this bed whatsoever. So to me, that's a spirit. I mean, that's legitimate spirit activity. You know, there's no power cords to the bed or nothing like that. So.
And you got an intelligent response too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I've never got one that cool like that off of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've had conversations where they set it off for me. I say, if you're a child, touch it. It's done like that before, but I never tried the finger one on that one. That was pretty cool. Can you come over here and do one more thing for us, and I'll put it back on the bed for you. If you can come over there and touch that thing and set it off one more time, I'll put it back on the bed for you. Y'all hear that? In the back bedroom that way.
No,
Yeah,
Did you hear anything back there behind us?
There's a vehicle.
No, it was not a vehicle.
Okay. That's all I heard was the roar of the tires on that.
I heard like a whisper.
There is a bedroom back there, in the hall, and
Like gibberish, like not, just like a gibberish type of whisper. All right.
Got the blanket on the bed just moved.
What? What?
The blanket
Where?
on the corner of the bed just moved.
Right there?
Right there.
Did I touch it?
Were you touching the bed when you got
I
up?
don't think so. I was pretty far away from it.
It was on the top.
I didn't feel it like I was like right here.
Were you recording?
I was.
I was right here, Jeremy.
Yeah, I didn't think
see
you
the
touched
marks
it.
in
It was
the
right
front.
there on the corner.
You can see the marks where I was. Maybe it's
you
trying to
weren't
come over
touching
here.
the bed. No, you weren't touching the bed.
All right, let me see. All right, maybe you can't move that far. You little sucker. Holy crap. Yeah, that's solid, dude.
Well, now if you cut all the lights off and we leave you up here.
Well,
Leave the camera on. Get close to me.
I was just really kidding.
You want to let me get it head worrying edgewise. How many fingers am I holding up? Tap it this many times. Off and on. 1. No, that's too long. That's not good enough. 1. There you go.
Woo! Yes! That is awesome!
That's crazy, man.
Good job!
Oh, solid yellow, man. Look at that. Okay. Hold on. Turn the yellow one on this many times. Yellow, not the green, the other one. Touch it. Come on. Tap it this many times. It's trying. It might be a kid though. I don't know how.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't understand.
All right, try it this many. Hold on, turn it off. This many. I don't know, man. It just likes it playing with it, I guess. We know you're here. We know you can play with it. We need to show us something a little bit better. You already did 2 good ones,
Can you
but
turn on the lights? No.
Huh?
Do kids turn on lights? Or can they?
I've never
What's
had
that
one turn.
light on the ceiling?
Where? Oh, that's right there.
Yeah.
That's my watch. Glaring off of
Okay.
his.
Cool.
Glaring
Okay.
off of
Okay,
his.
cool.
That's another thing we try to do. You know, we try to debunk stuff. We
Yeah.
try to say people think they're haunting. We go in. No, you got squirrels in your ceiling, or
Yeah.
you got It's crazy on this, guys. Honestly, I mean, I've never had that thing go off that long and that many times.
That's cool.
I thought the haunted barn was bad. This is pretty crazy. What's weird though is it's all centralized around the bed.
Yeah.
Let's try it right there for a minute. All right, come over there and touch it now. Can you reach over the bed and touch it? You want to hold it and let it touch it?
Yeah.
Well, she.
I would.
Well, she wants to.
No, it'll go off
Yeah, so I
solid.
figured because I'll be touching it.
I'll just mess with her. See.
Do you want me to lay across the bed, Rebecca?
No.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if someone touched me.
All right, I moved it even closer. Uh-huh.
Good job.
It's stuck on that bed for some reason.
Just think, if it's not going to get off the bed, it's not.
Maybe it has broken legs.
Oh, yeah.
That is crazy, man.
My battery's completely dead now.
Is it?
Yep, just shut down.
Well, you know where that's going. But you want it off, as close as you can get it. Or you can tap on it, it'll come on. Sometimes they're kind of a pain in the butt to get set, but once you get them set, then just set them down or stand them up, and then you tell them to turn on the flashlight. I like to use 2 or 3 in different colors, and I'll say turn the purple one on or turn the red one on. Then you know you're getting some intelligent stuff. It's hard to do with 2 or 3 though. See how sensitive I got that? That's how you want it right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not very good at this.
This one right here is a little tricky. See?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, you got it. You got it set right though.
Did somebody just turn it on? Is that why?
No.
This is going to be good stuff. I don't know, maybe I could go into a scary place.
Don't. Baby steps. This is. Baby steps.
Come on, you little sucker. You contrary on me. Alright. That. This one's really sensitive. Alright. Alright, I didn't try this one with you last time. All you gotta do is come over here and touch one of these colors I tell you to touch. Or twist on the front of it. Okay? Build up your energy and come over here and turn the red flashlight, or actually turn the silver one on first. That's going to be the easiest one. If you're still here with us. Turn any one on. We don't care. Turn one of them on. Or speak into the box that's on the pillow. We don't care. Do something. See, the REM pod quit going off now. It's weird. If there's anyone still here with us, turn one of those flashlights on, please. Different color lights. You'll have fun with that too once you figure out how to do it. Aha! Thank you. And that's the one I asked for, if you guys remember. I asked to turn the silver one on. Okay, can you turn that off, please, now? Turn it off right now. I need it off quick. When I ask you to turn them on and off, I need them on and off quick. I'm going to count to 3. Okay, thank you. Now, can you come over to the middle one, the purple one, I think, yeah, purple, and turn the purple one on, please. Come on, you can do it. Same way you turn the other silver one on. I'm going to count to 3 and turn the purple one on, please. 1, 2, 3. Yes, not. That's how you want to work a flashlight session.
Yeah.
You understand? If you start getting, when they're hitting all of them, then it's awesome. Okay, can you turn the silver one back on, please? Any one of them or the silver one? It takes a lot of energy to do this stuff, so something is definitely, manipulating something. When we got all these different devices going off, you got that going off, and you got the lights turning on and off, Jeremy's battery getting drained. If you put everything together, there's something going on in here, okay? I know I got touched twice in there already, so the static detector is going off like crazy. Can you try really hard and turn one of those flashlights on again, please? Then we'll leave you alone. 1, 2, 3, turn it on now. I guess not.
Maybe he doesn't want us to leave. Or maybe he wants
Or they want us to leave. If you want us to leave, can you turn the light back on, please? Do it now if you want us to leave. Or are you just being hateful? Let me try something. Oh, there
they
you
want
go.
us to,
Never mind. I was going to try something, but they turn it on. So they want us to leave.
they
so.
want us to go.
If you want us to leave, oh, it's on bright too. If you want us to leave, turn that light off now. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, turn it off. That thing came on all the way. I mean, it's all the way on.
Yeah.
You're going to have to turn it off. There you go.
Okay, alright.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll pack it up.
Awesome. That was really cool.
That's how you do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's some of the stuff we do.
Rebecca's like,
What's really cool is when you can get them all 3 going. When you can say, turn that purple one on out. I mean,
It's
it's
like
coming
boom,
on right
on,
now.
off, yeah.
On.
Well, it's so dark, how can they tell if it's purple or not?
That's true. They might be colorblind.
And this device has some really cool stuff. It has like several different modes
Yeah.
on it. It's got
there you go.
the Q&A, question and answer mode, and then it's got phonetic mode.
You're so jumpy.
It'll start talking randomly, and then you ask questions. And then it's got reverse phonetic mode, and then this is $300+ too for one of these. But you can buy all this stuff at GoStop if you guys are interested. It's got a touch mode where you can touch it and it'll make pinging sounds when it takes it a few minutes, but it'll go ping. It sounds like sonar when it's getting hit. And then it has a draw mode where it'll just draw things inside of that writing. So you can say, draw me a picture. I've never really used that part of it yet to see if I could get something. And then the white noise, which is the same as the spirit box, but it's not as loud. And it can talk on that too. And then it's got an energy type deal where you look for spikes in the graph to see if it's spiking up or anything. I've never used that mode on it yet either.
Interesting.
So.
Cool.
So what y'all think?
It's pretty
It was
cool.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, the heat's
What do you think, Betty? Did you not like that? Thought it was interesting.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Was it what you thought it was gonna be?
That's just a little short.
I don't know what I thought.
Yeah, me
it,
either.
it wasn't what I thought.
Yeah. I just thought that things were gonna like jump out. I don't know why. I think it was naive.
Huh?
Scary movies.
Yeah, that's what it is. Scary movie.
Oh, trust me, you can be a lot scarier than
Where
that.
you made some faces.
Oh, I know.
This is a good place to do that for
That's
the
what-
first time.
That was a little.
I don't know. I thought
Kinda
the barn would
makes
be
you think.
cool. Now that I've like,
What's going on? Barn's got something bad.
A little bit, yeah.